What's happening, everybody? JP with Max Tr3 Revival coming back at you. So, Thanksgiving. Hope everybody enjoyed it who celebrates and that you had a good time. I did do a little local travel with family and went and saw some extended family. So, good day, lots of food, catching up, good times. I wanted to get back out here in the garage and start working on some of the projects that I've got on my board. So that's what I've been doing. It's kind of cut up, moves a little bit all over the place, but my videos normally do. So hope you can follow along. We're going to dive in and see what we got going on. If you can help me out, grow the channel a little bit, hit that subscription button. I'm not as fast as some of the other YouTubers out there. So I'm a hobbyist. I do this when I have time and money. Just keep that in mind. You know, drop a comment below. Tell me what you want to see. All right, and today's inspiration is right behind me on that poster. See what 100 horses can do. So I think it was actually 104 horse in the TR3. And that's what I'm trying to do, trying to get to that point. All right, follow along and appreciate it. So I got a box, got some components in it. I got a spring clip repair for the headlight bucket. I got the body mounting kit, and I believe this is the oil pan or the valve cover gasket, one of the two. What I'm going to do is do this repair. This was in one of my previous videos when I was trying to clean up some of the headlight bucket stuff. Right on here you can see, maybe you can't, there you go. That clip is busted. So little projects, I think I'll try and get that out of here. And so that is apparently the repair piece, and we're gonna try and get it in place. All right, a couple things I noticed right away was here on this piece right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's got two little tanges on there. I don't know what that's for, but if you look on the bucket right here, this does not. So I don't know what that helps align. But that piece goes there. This piece obviously goes on the inside, much like this. And then one rivet. So we'll drill this one out, make the replacement, and put it all together. This part's good. I think I'm just gonna dust that off a bit. It looks a little heavier than the piece that came with the repair kit, so I think I'll use it similar to that right there. All right, well, there we go. Looks like that'll do what I need it to do. If you want to know the part number for that, I have to thank somebody. It was in one of my previous videos and they sent me this part number, which is a Moss Motors part number. It is 156020. And it's a spring clip headlamp rim replacement. So box number 2 is the body mounting kit. And I'll have to look up and figure out where everything goes. I know the mounting pads, and then there's washers, and this is for the frame. I think I've already got this. But I didn't have all the hardware. Part of what I need to do now is raise this up and go ahead and get my light hook back up. Just trying to run the threads down so I can get the front end of this thing mounted. Not sure how many shims or whatnot. I didn't take the body off the frame, so I'm not sure how many shims are supposed to go underneath here or not. I guess I'll go read the manual and see what it says is the standard setup and go with that. Okay, so broke out the book. So I got the service instruction manual. Looking at the standard setup here on page, whatever it is. And just doing inventory to see what I got here. So looks like I got 4 thick pads. I got 14 or 16 of the thin ones. I've got like 16 mounting pads. The roll of the rubber strip that goes on the body. I think I've already got some on there, but I'll have to go back and figure it out. It says 2 pads all the way up front. Of course, we're missing those right now. 1 thick, 1 aluminum, and 1 thin pad. So I guess that's so we can do that. Then it says 1 pad, 1 aluminum, and another pad. So 2 thin pads, 1 sandwiched in the middle with a shim. And then it says 4 square packings on each one of these. That'll give you a total of 16 for the body mounts. That's what I'm going to use as my guide. So here the light kind of went off, and I thought, well, I'll just use the lift to pick up the body. Hook this strap on, and I got it basically in the center. It's kind of helping shoulder the load so I can realign and hopefully get everything lined up and put some pads in. Well, tired of playing. Been messing with this all day. I can't seem to get it figured out. I got one bolt in on this side, and this side, for whatever reason, will not line up. The body is still braced the way it was when it was taken off of the frame, but I can't shift it far enough back in order to get this to line up. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a break. All right, so next on the list is strap off the front end jack back up where I got room to get to either side. Take the tires off, put it back on the jack stands so I can start cutting out that metal. All right, so I came up with a temporary mount for my light so I can see what I'm working on much better. All right, so the really cool part about having a parts car or another car to look at is figuring out how it's mounted and looking at some of the pads the way they were set up. But after looking up on this side here, and this one's hanging out in space. It has nothing. I did get over to the other side, and if you can tell, it's mounted. I don't see, looks like no rubber in that one, or at least if there's any there, it's so degraded, it's just gone. Now I'm gonna go up top and take a look. Good thing I looked at this one because I did not remember this plate right here for this mounting. I was just using washers, but so now I have to go back and see if I can find that. Here's another little oddity that I came up with. If you look at the last bolt on that spring pan right there, this one right here, looks like that was some kind of an early form of a sway bar connect. Have not seen anything like that. I think that's very interesting. And it is on both sides. So that's really weird though, the way that's set up. I don't think the front end on my car is anywhere close to. So going through some of the boxes and relabeling so I know what's in them. Because I was trying to hunt down those plates I just showed for mounting the body. And box number 12 is the winner. And that looks about the right size. So I think I'm gonna whip those out of there and just clean them up, paint them, and then put them on the car. I found 4 mounting bolt kits. I'm not sure if it's front and rear or whatever else because they're Roadster factory part numbers. And if you know what happened there, can't pull them up. I got to go back and check an old book. I'll do that in a while. Okay, so let's do a little painting while we're at it. Well, there you go. A little quick scrubby so you can see the difference. I'll lay some primer on there and then had the first coat on, and I'm going to take a little break. Got them cleaned up, painted. That does make it look quite a bit nicer, and I think it'll hold a little better. One step closer. So got it all set up. Time to create a little surgery and see if we can dive in. Got access to the other side, got plenty of lighting, so let's cut some stuff up. All right, so I just need some short strand fiberglass and start glassing on the outside here. And then, yeah, let that dry. No, that's not what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got this kind of templated out. The only part that I don't have is where the bend takes place to wrap around underneath. So this is what we've come down to. I've got a piece of metal. It's close, but I'm having a hard time doing getting it to fit. I don't know the best way to, cut a piece out like this and then scribe it and get it to fit back in. That's difficult. So any hints or suggestions will sure help me out. All right, so here's what I got. There's my piece of metal, which was a rusty old piece of metal. I did some checking. I had 16 and I had 18 gauge. I figured 18 gauge is close enough. I checked the what's here, and it's actually 18 gauge is a little thicker than what's already there, but I don't know if that's because of the rust. I got to go back and kind of rescribe it, touch it up, but I am spent for the day, and that was a lot of work to get it cut out, get an idea of how I wanted to do it, and then try and get it so it'd fit in there. All right, that's gonna have to do for now. I've got most everything put away, most stuff picked up, tools put away, so that's where it's gonna end at. Appreciate you guys following along. We'll see you soon.